Now, let me guess what payday feels like for you. You open your banking app, the deposit hits. For about 12 seconds, life feels stable. Then reality shows up. Rent, food, fuel, bills, a subscription you forgot to cancel, a birthday gift, and maybe takeout because you're tired and your brain says you deserve it. And then that thought hits you. How are people becoming millionaires? Because from where I'm standing, I'm just trying to survive to next month. If that sounds like you, good. Not because it's fun, but because it means you're awake. And I want to say this clearly. This isn't because you're lazy, this isn't because you're stupid, and it definitely isn't because you missed some secret signal from a guy wearing sunglasses indoors. Most people aren't failing because they picked the wrong investment. They're failing because they're bleeding cash flow in a way they can't see, and that erosion steals something more valuable than money. It steals time sovereignty. Because money, at the deepest level, is stored time. And every recurring leak is future you selling more hours just to stay in place. So today, I'm going to show you one of the most boring, unsexy, life-changing systems in personal finance. No hype, no day trading fantasy, no double your money by Friday. Just one repeatable move, done for long enough that can turn about $550 a month into around $1 million over time. Not by magic, by math. Here's what breaks people. They think wealth is built in dramatic moments. A big break, a viral side hustle, a lucky trade, a massive promotion. But wealth is usually built in boring months, quiet months, unimpressive months, months where nothing exciting happens and the system runs anyway. So let's make this painfully clear. Imagine two people, same city, same general income, same inflation, same expensive groceries, same annoying bills. One person keeps waiting for a big break. The other person sets up one system, then sticks to it. They automate $550 every month into a diversified, low-cost index approach, and then they mostly leave it alone. Guess who looks boring for the first few years? The investor. Guess who looks smart decades later? Still the investor. Because wealth doesn't grow like a straight line. It grows like a snowball rolling downhill. At first, it's slow, almost embarrassing. Then it starts moving. Then it looks like it's doing all the work. That's compounding. You put money in, it earns returns. Then those returns start earning returns. Then the returns earn returns on returns. It stops acting like a paycheck and starts acting like a machine. And this isn't finance guru theory. Even the SEC's investor.gov teaches compounding and provides a compound interest calculator because this is standard investing math. Now, before we go further, this is not guaranteed. Returns vary, markets go up and down. Fees, taxes, and your behavior matter. We're using a realistic long-term example to understand the mechanism, not to promise an outcome. Good. Now, let's do the math. Here's the setup. You invest $550 every month. Every month. No skipping because the market looks scary, no stopping because your cousin found a hotter trade, no waiting for the perfect time. You stay consistent for 35 years, and we model a long-term average return of 7% per year as a cautious after-inflation-ish illustration. What do you get? Around $1 million. And here's the part most people need to hear twice. You did not deposit $1 million. If you contribute $550 a month for 35 years, your total contributions are about $231,000. So how do you end up near $1 million? Because the growth does the heavy lifting. That gap between what you put in and what it becomes, that is the game. And this is exactly why people ignore it. Your brain is wired to respect effort you can see. Overtime hours, side hustles, grinding, flipping, staying up late. But compounding rewards patience, and patience is emotionally boring. That's why most people quit too early. They invest for a year, maybe two, then they look at the account and go, "That's it?" Yes, at first, that's it. Because in the beginning, your portfolio is like a tiny employee. It's working, but it's weak. Over time, your portfolio becomes a team, then a department, then an entire machine operating in the background. And that machine, over time, buys back time sovereignty, because it reduces the number of hours you must sell to keep your life running. Now, let me make this visual. Picture a whiteboard. In one corner, there's a seed. Year 1 barely sprouts. Year 5, still not impressive. Year 10, okay, it's a small plant. Year 35, it's a forest. Most people stop watering the seed because they're angry it's not a forest in year 3. That is the mistake. Now we need to talk about the uncomfortable part. A lot of people say they can't invest. Sometimes life is genuinely tight. I respect that. But a lot of people aren't broke from one catastrophe. They're drowning from death by small conveniences. Not one coffee, the pattern. The "I had a stressful day" spending. The "I deserve it" delivery. The "I'll start next month" mindset. The subscriptions you forgot existed. The convenience fees that feel tiny until you audit them. This is why the infinite sovereignty approach is forensic. We don't shame you. We audit the system, because what you don't measure quietly owns you, and what owns you steals time sovereignty. If $550 feels impossible right now, fine. Start with $50. Start with $100. Start with anything. The point is not the exact number. The point is building the pipeline. Because when your income rises, people who already have the habit increase contributions. People without the habit increase lifestyle. And lifestyle creep is the silent killer. Your salary goes up by $500 a month, and somehow your life goes up by $600. New payment, nicer phone, more delivery, more "I deserve it." So you make more and still feel stuck. That's not an income problem anymore. That's a system problem. And here's a big truth. Most people think investing is a math problem. It's not. It's a behavior problem disguised as a math problem. The math is simple. Spend less than you earn, invest the difference, repeat for a long time. What's hard is doing that while life is happening, while people around you are flexing, while social media sells shortcuts, and while your emotions scream "do something" every time the market dips. So let's kill one of the most expensive myths. People think they need to wait for the perfect time. No. The perfect time is a story fear tells you to delay action. You don't need perfect timing. You need time in the system. Think of investing like boarding a long train. Some people stand on the platform analyzing the paint, the seats, the weather, the conductor, the exact departure second. Meanwhile, the disciplined person gets on, sits down, and starts moving. 10 years later, the analyst is still learning. The disciplined person is halfway to the destination. And yes, markets crash. That scares people. But if you're investing long-term and buying monthly, crashes are not only scary, they're discounted prices. Your monthly contribution buys more shares when prices are down. The thing that terrifies beginners can quietly help disciplined investors if they keep buying. That's the difference between being an investor and being a spectator. Investors follow a process. Spectators chase a feeling. Now, I'm going to hit you with 2 reality checks, because motivation is nice, but facts wake people up. 1, a large portion of households have no retirement account assets at all. That means if you even set up the system, you're ahead of a massive number of people who are still postponing. 2, a lot of adults still struggle with a $400 surprise expense, which tells you why consistency collapses, because the foundation is missing. So no. The lesson isn't invest everything and ignore reality. The lesson is build enough stability that you can keep investing when life gets messy. That's how adults win with money, not with hype, with resilience. Now, let's get practical. If your goal is to turn a monthly contribution into a long-term machine, here's what it looks like in real life. Step 1, automate it. Treat investing like rent. If you wait to see what's left at the end of the month, there will be nothing left. Set it early, ideally right after payday, before lifestyle decisions eat it. Step 2, keep the vehicle simple. A diversified, low-cost index approach inside tax-advantaged accounts where available, then taxable investing if needed.
The more complicated your system is, the more likely you are to abandon it. Complexity feels smart. Consistency is what compounds. Step 3, increase contributions when income rises. This is the accelerator. Raises, bonuses, side income, tax refunds, reduced expenses, those should trigger contribution increases before they become lifestyle upgrades. Step 4, separate emergency savings from investing. Emergency fund is the shock absorber. Investing is the engine. Do not confuse them. If you keep pulling from investments for every disruption, compounding never gets uninterrupted time to work. Step 5, learn to survive boredom. The strategy that works is often too boring to post about. Good, that's the point. Quiet progress is still progress. Now, this is the part where I make it real. I want you to do a forensic action.
Open a blank note on your phone and write this number: $550. If that number feels impossible, write the number you can commit to right now without breaking your life. $25, $75, $150, $200. That's your starting point. That's your one number. Now run a 7-day leakage audit. Subscriptions, delivery, convenience fees, impulse spending, recurring charges you stopped noticing. You are not judging yourself. You are reclaiming cash flow. Because reclaimed cash flow is reclaimed time sovereignty. Then automate your first transfer before you feel ready. Because you may never feel ready. Most people don't. They start, then the confidence comes later. And if you're already investing, your upgrade is simple. Increase your monthly amount. Even a little. The difference between "I'll keep it the same" and "I'll add 50 more" sounds small today. But compounded over years, it's not small. That's how wealth grows. Quiet upgrades, repeated. Look, I know this isn't the most exciting finance video on the internet. I know $550 a month into around $1 million sounds almost too ordinary compared to the content you usually see. But that's exactly why it matters. Ordinary is repeatable. Repeatable becomes a habit. Habit plus time becomes power. And power, used wisely, becomes time sovereignty. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Stop trying to find the perfect strategy that makes you rich fast. Start building the simple system that makes you stable and sovereign eventually. Because eventually is coming either way. And years from now, you're going to meet one of two versions of yourself. The one who kept saying, "I'll start when things calm down." Or the one who quietly built a machine 1 month at a time and woke up with options. Choose your future teammate. Make the transfer. Set the automation. Let boring win. And then let time do what time does best. Compound. One more time, drop your one number in the comments. And tell me the first leakage you're cutting this week. No hype, just a forensic audit in pursuit of time sovereignty.